Hey YouTube, it's your girl Renee Marie and I am here today to do a curvy yoga video. So, I've had curvy yoga on my YouTube for a while now. So today I'm going to be doing a seated yoga video for you guys. And for those of you who are not familiar with what that means, it means that all of the positions that I go into today will be here on the mat. I may or may not go onto my knees, but at no point during this specific video or practice will we be standing or doing anything super extra advanced. We're just going to be doing basic stretching. Seated yoga is definitely good for maybe the start of your week, or for those of you who are new to this and you kind of just want to, give it a try, maybe not sure how your body's going to stretch and move, I would definitely recommend starting here. Last thing I'll say before we get right into it is that when I started looking on YouTube for, I guess, reference points or videos for yoga, I noticed that there were not a lot of women of color, but more specifically plus size women of color, or even just plus size women. I mean, there were a lot of vaginas. When you look at plus size yoga, you're going to find a whole bunch of vaginas, like literally just vaginas, legs open, pussy. I mean, I probably shouldn't say that, but vagina. And so that was a little discouraging, but I did actually find a really good YouTuber who was spiritually based and, had a lot of meditation, inspiration, and buku videos. So I did follow her to kind of give me a basis for yoga and to learn the basic postures and stuff. Back in college, I actually did a 6 or 8 week yoga class, so I did already have a bit of foundation in the practice. However, she does have beginner friendly and intermediate to expert yoga. So once I was able to kind of get a hold of that, then I was able to incorporate my own stretches, my own practices. And so I would love to be able to share with you some of the things that I've learned over time. You can't quite do the same things that smaller, skinnier girls do. Don't get me wrong, we can do everything that anybody else can do, but you have to know how to modify certain postures, certain poses. For those who may have knees, knocky knees or knocked knee, I think is what it's called. I've always called them knocky knees, but knocked knees or bow-legged or, sensitive joints like wrist and ankles. You have to be a little cautious when you do yoga and practice it in a safer way so that you're not applying too much pressure to your joints. So I'm hoping to be able to provide that for some of my plus size queens out there, and even for my slim thick girls who just want to practice and vibe with me and want to give yoga a try. Welcome in. So enough of the blabbering, long ass intro. We're going to go ahead and start this practice. We're just taking a few deep breaths, and then we're going to go ahead and start down on our mat. Meet you there. All right, my beautiful people, let's go ahead and start this with some cleansing breaths. You're going to go ahead and breathe in very deeply through your nose and breathing out through your mouth. Now, you also have the option to breathe in through your nose and out through your nose, whichever you prefer. So just take some deep breaths in, out through your mouth. Center yourself. We're going to start stretching our neck first. So as you take a deep breath in, go ahead and let your chin drop down to your chest and roll it on over to your left. You want to lead with your chin up to the sky, and rotate your chin over to the right shoulder and back down to the chest. So again, deep breath in, rotating your chin to the left, all the way up around, and breathing out, chin down to your right shoulder and back around to your neck. Now take this at your own pace. Because I'm comfortable with this movement, I'm able to move faster, but move as slow or as fast as you feel comfortable within your body. Go ahead and take that around to the other side. So deep breath in, chin to the right, up around and over to the left shoulder and back down to your chest. Again, chin over to the right, leading your chin all the way up, up, up to the sky and around to the left shoulder. Go ahead and let your head roll back down to your chest. Now, what we do to one side in yoga, we always do to the other. So bear with me as I try to instruct you to left and right, but just know what we do on one side, we'll do to the next. So now we're going to go ahead and stretch our wrist. You want to go ahead and roll your wrist forward and backwards. Now, it could be easier for you to go ahead and hold your hands together and slowly rotate your wrist going outward and gently go ahead and rotate backwards as well. This is going to be helpful for when we do get down on our mat, not to strain our wrists. Next, let's take some deep breaths in and let your shoulders come up towards your ears and go ahead and breathe that out. Again, deep breath in and release your shoulders down. Beautiful. Go ahead and take one more of those. Deep, deep, deep breathing all the way in. Pull your shoulders up to your ears and release all the way down. Beautiful. So now we're going to go ahead and stretch our sides. So breathing in, go ahead and lift your arms up. Put your right hand down on your mat and stretch over to the side. Going to breathe out and really relax your body over. Breathing in to the top, you're going to go ahead and put your left hand down on the mat and breathing out, stretch over to the side like you're reaching for something. Now relax your body in with your breath. The breath is what helps you stretch deeper into the postures. So breathing up to the top one more time, we're going to put our right hand down on the mat and leaning over towards the right. Now, if you really want a deep stretch, you can go from your hand down on your shin, or I'm sorry, not your shin, down on your forearm. So you'll see me here coming down to my forearm. That's going to give you a deeper stretch on the side. Go ahead and give it a try. If not, stay on your hand. Absolutely no right or wrong way. So again, we're going to breathe in deeply, breathing out. Light stretch of our head. Go ahead and let your head go back and forward gently while we get ready to stretch our legs. So, one thing I've learned, when you have big booty, you need to go ahead and release those cheeks. So go ahead and spread those cheeks, sit comfortably, and take a nice deep breath in. Arms to the top. We're going to stretch over to the right side first. Now, if you can't touch your foot, that is okay. When I first started, I couldn't touch my foot. It's fine. If you just need to place your hand on your thigh, on your shin, on your ankle or your foot, wherever you feel comfortable, breathe deeper into that posture. So again, we're breathing up to the top and breathing out, stretching all the way over to the left side. Allow your breath to help you stretch further. Do not hold your breath. Take a few deep breaths here in this posture. And breathing up. We're going to go ahead and take it to the center. Now, you may only be able to touch the floor. That's okay. If you can, go ahead and put your forearms down on the ground and take some deep breaths. If you feel like your body is okay with it, go ahead and open your arms out straight in front of you. Take a couple of deep breaths and see how that feels. As you breathe out, your body should feel comfortable to push out more and more. If that's too much pressure, always feel free to come back to your
I keep saying your shins, your forearms, or even putting your fist stacked down and placing your forehead onto your fist. Try a few of these different positions and see what works best, but always keep in mind that you should be taking very deep breaths while you're doing this. The breaths help you stretch into your muscles. So breathing in, breathing out, releasing down. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's go ahead and walk our hands back and go ahead and straighten our legs. We're going to stretch our back. And you want to go ahead and put your left foot over your right leg, which is straight out. You're going to take your left arm and cross that over to your leg. Your right arm and cross that over to your leg and stretch your back. Now, what you do to one side, you must do to the other. So go ahead and stretch with your left arm over your leg. Beautiful. Now I'll try to explain that better this time. You're going to go ahead and put your right foot over your left leg as it's extended out. Go ahead and take your left arm across your right leg and push your body towards the back. Now do this gently. Stretch as far as your body feels comfortable. You might get a few pops. There's nothing wrong with some snap, crackling, and pops. Go ahead and take your right arm over your right leg, and you want to basically stretch the other side of your back. Now, if at any point you feel any sharp pains, yet again, gently back out of the posture, okay? You don't want to overstretch yourself. This should feel good. All right, so we're going to breathe in. We're going to go ahead and do a forward fold. Let your hands slide down your legs, down your shins, to your ankles or feet, whatever feels more comfortable for you. Now, you do have the option of taking your hands and placing them under your shins. That will kind of hold you and make you a little more stable so that you can just deeply, deeply breathe into the stretch. You also have the option of taking your peace fingers and wrapping them around your toes. Now, I know you can't see my toes here, but what you do is wrap them around your big toe, and that helps you hold yourself there as you breathe deeper into your posture. Now, if you're really feeling flexible, go ahead and take your palms and put them on the soles of your feet as you breathe deeply. Try a few of these postures and see what works for you. This is very beginner friendly, and this is really just learning to stretch your body out at this point. So now we're going to transition into some floor work. All right, so we're going to go into child's pose. You want to go ahead and put your feet together. Your toes should be touching and your knees apart, wide to the mat. Go ahead and sit back. Now, if you're not comfortable with this, you can put a blanket underneath or some blocks, or just kind of lift your butt if you can't sit all the way back. That's fine. So you want to stretch your hands down to the mat. Do your best to keep your butt close to your feet or as close as you can, and relax your arms down. Relax your forearms, and your forehead should be on the mat. Go ahead and take some deep, deep breaths in this. So breathing in and out. Now go ahead and lean forward. You're going to rock all the way up through. Stretch your back a little bit. If you feel comfortable with that, no need to do it. And come back down to child's pose. All right, now go ahead and lower your arms. You're going to spread your fingers and go ahead and put them onto the mat. You're going to take your feet apart, and we're going to do some cat and cows. Oh, no, we're not. We're actually going to stretch out our arms. So go ahead, take some breaths. Allow your right arm to rotate back. This really stretches out your shoulders and gets them ready for this pressure. And you're going ahead and taking it backwards all the way around. And one more time, deep breath. Breathing out, and your palm down to the mat. Now do the same thing with your left. We're going to first plant our right hand and bring your left arm around, rotating forward, getting nice and loose. Then we're going to take it the other way. What we do one way, we must do the other. Rotating backwards, taking your left hand all the way back, breathing through, and palm down to the mat. Beautiful. Now, if you feel comfortable with this, I'm going to have you go ahead and take your right leg. You're going to extend your right leg towards the back of the room and flexing your toes down. So you want to not point your toes out, but flex them down. We're going to do some leg lifts, some booty work, a little light work. Raise your heel up to the sky, up, up, up. Now you can do slow, big strokes, or you can do short, fast ones, whichever ones you like. We're going to stretch our leg all the way up and bring it back down to the mat. Perfect. Now, same thing with this side. Don't forget to breathe. Left leg back towards the back side of the room. Feet flex and lift, lift, lift. This is stretching out our hips as well as the little booty work. Once you hit your 10, you're going to take your knee all the way in and stretch it out, up to the sky, back down to the mat. Beautiful. All right, now we're going to go ahead and align our knees to the mat and palms flat. We're going to do some cat and cows now. So breathing out, you're going to arch your back. Breathing in, lower your belly, head up, booty up to the sky. Breathing out, arching your back up like a cat and tucking your tailbone down. So breathe in, out. In, deep, 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 filling your belly. Imagine your belly filling up to the ground. And out. You're pushing every piece of air out. Good. Now we're going to do some free moving wiggles. This is good for your back. So breathing in, we're going to wind our body around, move your head around, your spine around. And this is really no form, just whatever's comfortable to you. This allows you to kind of loosen yourself up. Now we're going to do some dancing lions. So you're going to go ahead and move your hips forward, bring them over to the left side, over to the right foot, and then back towards the front. This should be sort of like, you see what it's like, but really we are stretching out our hips here. So your hips to the right, swing them over to the left, and then coming forward. We're going to go ahead and take that around a couple more times, remembering to breathe and feel loose, feel sexy, feel healthy. Yoga is all about how you feel, moving and stretching your body. Okay? So the next stretch we're going to go into, we're going to breathe our right hand up to the sky. Keep your left hand planted and thread your right arm through your left. So you can put your head down if you want. If you can't go all the way down, that's fine. You can even take that left hand and stretch it up. So you have a deeper stretch, but we're really stretching our backs here and our shoulders. So then with your left hand planted, breathe up and back down. All right, same thing on the left. Plant your right hand and go ahead and breathe your left hand up. And with your exhale, go ahead and thread that arm through the right side. Rest your head down. And take some nice deep breaths here. You should feel some good pops and cracks. If you're feeling a little frisky, you can put your right arm straight forward and breathe a little deeper into that twist. When you're ready to come out, you're going to plant your right hand, breathe that left hand up, and place it back down on the mat. Beautiful. Now we're going to stretch our legs into a twist. So right leg is going to come back into the side, plant it down. You're going to go ahead and rock forward, stretching out those hips, stretching out that leg, rocking back. Keep your hands planted, moving slowly forward, slowly back, and feel that stretch in your hip. Again, breathing up that right arm. You want to kind of make a diagonal here. So your arm should be diagonal to your leg. And breathing back down. Oh, I know that feels good. It feels really good for me. Go ahead and kick your foot back into space, and we'll do the same thing on the left side. So extending your left leg back, you're going to swing it over to the side and plant that foot. Now, with your arms planted, go ahead and rock forward and backwards. This really stretches out your inner hip and your thigh, giving you a way more open feel. So go ahead and stretch that out. When you're ready, plant your hand and breathe up and over. Beautiful, beautiful. If you could see yourself right now, girl, you would look great. And breathing that down to the mat, kick that leg back, and here we are. Now, at any point, if you want to do these over, go ahead and feel free. Try them a couple of times. I'm just showing you a few things that make it easy for you to stretch on your own. So we're going to go ahead and walk our hands back, sitting on our feet with our knees open. Breathe up to the side. We're going to stretch again on the right side, but this time we are on our knees. So if this is uncomfortable for you, go ahead and go into the seated position that we had before. But if not, you're going to breathe up and stretch over to the left. Beautiful. Breathing all the way up to the top. We're going to put our hands behind our backs, make a fist, and lift your chest up. Head goes back. This is stretching the back and lowering down with that breath. Head on the ground. So your head should not be your forehead, but more so the crown of your head. The crown of your head to the ground. Go ahead and put your hands behind your back and stretch up. If this is too much pressure for you, you can keep your hands to the side and just put your crown on the ground. And breathing up, up, up. All right, now go ahead and shift your hips over to the left or the right, whichever is comfortable for you. As you shift over, you can kick your legs forward. Now, I've made plenty of mistakes of trying to turn and twist and do too much and fuck around and hurt myself. So just shift your hips over to the side, fall over, and pop them legs around. So we're going to sit on our mat, bring your feet together and your hands behind you, and go ahead and windshield wiper your knees side to side. This is just a light stretch before we lower ourselves down on the mat. So we're about to go into what is called final Savasana. For anyone who does yoga, this is the best time because this means you've made it through your practice. Now, not everybody does Shavasana the same. You can do this anyway. Most people will go ahead and stretch their feet out on the mat. You could bring the soles of your feet together in Kavada Tadasana, I believe it's called. But let's just keep it simple and just do a full stretch out. Now, go post your arms to the side. Stretch your legs out and get comfortable. This is where we're going to do some breathing and deep meditation. Now, if you had any intention while you were here on the mat, whether it be balance, whether it be vitality, health, self-love, go ahead and meditate on that as you take some deep breaths within. So let's go ahead and deep breaths in. If your shoulders are feeling a bit tense, go ahead and roll them down your back. Adjust your butt so that you are comfortable. And let's enjoy some moments of silence together. I encourage you to remember that this practice is unique to you. Definitely give yourselves props today for taking the time to learn something new. As you relax down on the mat, know that this time and this space that you have created is meant to strengthen your mind, your body, your soul. That each step and each choice that you make to be a better you will lead you to being the baddest, and by bad I mean best, version of who you are, not based on how you look, not based on how deep you can stretch, but based on how much you love yourself and prioritize your wellness. So, as you remember the gratitude of all the things that are in your life, the gratitude of you taking this moment and space for yourself, take a few more deep breaths before we go ahead and transition out of Savasana. Now, if you would like to stay and relax longer, feel free. But for those of you who have something to do, go ahead and start wiggling your toes and your arms, waking up your body. You're going to extend one arm, whichever you choose, and roll over to your side. Use your arm as a pillow. And this is basically the moment where we are transitioning from the practice that we had here on the mat back into our everyday lives, okay? So we're going to sit here and take a few last breaths in fetal pose before we push ourselves back up into reality. Snap back into reality. So find a seated position where we'll take a few more deep breaths. Gently open your eyes. Ground yourself back here. You might want to wiggle your arms, your wrist, your neck. But I always like to find a moment of gratitude and reconnect to my higher self. So bringing your hands up to your crown chakra, remembering that you are full of knowledge and wisdom far beyond anything you would ever see outside. Bringing your head down, your hand down to your third eye, remembering that you are capable of seeing the bigger picture. You're capable of speaking life into others and yourself, that your heart is big and filled with love. May your heart chakra be open to receiving more love. May your solar plexus be blessed in knowing the light of who you are, and your sacral be strong in telling you what is right for you and what no longer serves. Also, may your root be strong, strong in who you are. Bless each chakra on your body and thank whoever you believe in, be it the universe, be it God, higher power, or your higher selves, for this moment of healing. All right.
All right, so I'm just gonna let this be quick and easy. I hope you guys enjoyed that practice. Yet again, I am not a professional yoga instructor. This is my personal practice. Everybody's personal practice is going to be completely unique to them, and so I'm happy to share mine. I practice keeping in mind my sensitive joints, my knees and wrists, and I try to work with my body and not against it. You always want to know that yoga is not a popularity contest. It's not about how flexible or how complicated or cool your postures look, but instead doing a healthy, productive stretch with your body. You want to, of course, challenge yourself and push yourself to stretch deeper and deeper each time you practice. However, be patient. I haven't been practicing as much as I used to. Back in 2020, I started to get deeper into practice. It was helping me get through a really dark part of my journey. I was definitely going through some spiritual, mental, family, financial issues. I guess we all were, because that's when COVID first started. But I say all that to say, yoga really gave me the opportunity to ground myself and to sit with myself and challenge myself physically, mentally, to have discipline and to do something for me to quiet my mind. So once I did get really into the practice of yoga, I was able to not only lose weight, but become a more positive, more happy, balanced person. So I'd like to share this with you guys. My practice is not perfect. I'm not a yoga professional. I'm just a curvy girl that loves to stretch and do yoga. So I hope that you find some tips and some inspiration from this video to give it a try yourself. All right. Hey guys, so my camera cut off, but basically what I was saying is that yoga is a practice that is unique to each person. I am hoping that this gives you some inspiration to at least try it out. I will really be kind of just going with the flow. This will be very beginner friendly, very plus size, luscious friendly, and I would love for you guys to put down in the comments what kind of videos you guys would like to see. Let me know, are you new to yoga? Are you kind of getting back into it like you've done it before? Are you an expert? Would you like to see beginner friendly stuff like the seated yoga I did today, chair yoga? Do you guys want to see more flows like vinyasa, salutation flows? Are you guys interested in like the creative quirky stuff like doing different poses, postures, and stands? I'd love to hear what you guys would be interested in seeing more of. And then also, please go ahead and like this video, okay? I want you guys to definitely subscribe. If you're not already subscribed, you can go follow me on Instagram at runwayweezy and stay up to date for all my upcoming videos. We are about to hit 50 subscribers, which is a huge deal. I'm so excited for it. I think I might do a giveaway on the channel. Thinking about maybe going live on YouTube, giving away some things, maybe